Hi guys, so this is how I'm gonna set up this Donald Trump prediction card set. Basically, I want to predict what's gonna happen for December, January, and February. Uh, he won't be president yet in December, but I think he'll still be in the public eye and be, appointing people and stuff. So for December, for each of the months of the 3 months, I'm gonna have the first card of that month be what's actually going on behind the scenes, what he's actually doing, and the second card be his public image. Okay? And with the Letterman cards, I'm going to pull out two cards for each, private card for everything he's doing behind the scenes. So, and the Letterman cards will indicate what event or something that's happening that we can see that'll indicate that secret thing that's happening. So I've already super shuffled these. I'm just going to cut each one 3 times just so, because my hands are not free right now, with cards in one hand and the camera in the other. I arranged to cut 3 times just so you guys know that these decks are not stacked. Okay. One cut. Second cut. Ugh, that's faded. And the third cut. Here we go, guys. December. January. And February. Now for these, I'm going kind of fast because my battery's going to die, so I'm going to have to cut and then continue talking about the cards. Oh, I was totally imagining. Okay, holy crap. I was like contemplating that pairing happening. That's like so weird that came up. Okay. Okay, Cameron died for a sec, but we're back. You'll notice that the cards are in the exact same position as in the last frame that you may have seen in the previous thing. Okay, it should be. Okay, so we're going to find out what these are. What is the cause of that? Okay, cool. Okay, guys, here we are finally with the cards set up. Same as you saw them. All right, let's see what we have here. So it looks like this regards the rest of December, okay? So this current month right before 2017, what we can expect. It looks like in private, Donald Trump is obviously very happy with how things went. He's kind of enjoying his new upcoming power and luxury. Well, not necessarily luxury. I mean, he is, I guess the White House is technically a downgrade, but he has a lot of power now. The Nine of Pentacles sometimes refers to a wealth transfer. And so what that means, or a wealth inheritance. So it may mean that he might be getting paid off by some special interest group, or even a foreign government, or someone. It could mean that, not promising. But you'll see that that interpretation of this card does slightly play out with how things go in the rest of the cards. So, it's December. He's going to be portraying himself as a sort of whimsical, fiery, I'm gonna go get it, getcha kind of guy. I don't get this card often. I actually, when I was looking it up a minute ago, I had not clicked on it before on my page. I seem to not be very Donald Trump-like in my personality. So that's how we're basically gonna see him. Kind of just as like little adventure, this up to no good, I'm on Twitter saying all this stuff. Okay, and so the indication of this possible wealth transfer, if that's what it is, that's happening in December, well, it'll have something to do with either someone who works in an environmental kind of occupation or a health occupation is what it looks like. So something related to, so already this month we found out that the head of the EPA will be someone who's been quite anti-EPA. That's kind of been Trump's stance, a sort of anti-climate change, even before he became president-elect and before he officially got into politics. So I don't know for a fact if that's what it could be, but something it has something to do with a daily job of something related to health or the environment. Is I don't know. Maybe he's seeing. It could be that he just feels great and he's just been seeing a really awesome doctor or healer that's just making him feel great while he's enjoying his moment. Now let's go into January. So for January, we see that in private he is he may be conforming to the a sort of normal politician type thing. The Hierophant is all about like conformity and going with the not going with the flow, but sort of sticking with the norms, not exactly rebelling, which is the opposite of his entire campaign, as we know. And in sort of in how he's going to come off is in January, or at least I don't know if it's how he'll come off. Maybe, sure, how he'll come off on Twitter, perhaps how the media will portray him, but basically he will really be coming off as not really having things together, his long-term plans not exactly looking like they will carry out, and that's consistent with his sort of suddenly establishment thing going on behind the scenes. Another interpretation of this card in this context could be that, oh, maybe Trump will join a secret society. And honestly, whether you believe in that kind of thing or not, it kind of amounts to the same thing, because if you are into secret societies and all of that, you'll know that when you join one, you kind of, it's a very establishment position. Like you go with a societal flow in real life, but there's like a sort of a cult reason for it. So whether he joins the secret society or not, it does seem like behind the scenes he's going to be shaking some hands and making some establishment decisions. And our indication of that will be something really shitty. This was a kind of neutral, hey, who are we dealing with set of cards, but these upcoming events in January and February do have quite negative energy to them. In fact, the snake kind of points to like a sort of betrayal, which is very fitting to his anti-establishment kind of vibe. He may very well pull a fast one. And the clouds, snake in clouds, that indicates kind of pulling a fast one, betrayal, but also confusion. So it's going to be behind a lot of smoke and mirrors. He might sort of promise something. He may, whether it's an immigration-related promise or something like that. It does look like there's going to be some kind of evident cloudy betrayal. Like, hey, looks like he's, kind of going back on his word. And in fact, it will indicate that he has become a little more establishment or completely establishment. I really doubt it's completely establishment because he's Donald Trump. So we'll see. But his public image will betray a little, whether it's his long-term goals not carrying out, things not working out for him, some bad luck, and also perhaps relationships with other countries not going completely swimmingly. So in February, we have, this is very specific because what's happening in private and what's happening in his public image are completely contrasted. So it looks like he's going to have some kind of defeat, and it's a very kind of egotistic, right? We saw the wands. Okay, we're always seeing the wands with Trump. We saw some money action, some pentacles here, but fire, 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 right? Very Trumpian. He is a Sagittarius moon, so there's already fire in the chart, but could go on. So based on these cards, it looks like he is going to have some kind of egotistic defeat. The way it'll come off, though, is going to be, some kind of like renewed hope. Like people will see him as like, wow, maybe he really can do something good for us. And the question remains, is that going to be because, Trump will suddenly turn establishment, as we saw earlier, and so then the media sort of portrays him in this softer light and, says, hey, this guy isn't so bad. While in private, he's like, oh, damn it, I didn't become the rebel I wanted to be. Or could it be that he just screws something up and he's like, oh, damn it. But he just kind of says, hey, guys, everything's going great. I'm so hopeful with how things are turning out. You have nothing to worry about. And everyone else in the media are like, seriously? So the indication of this kind of fall from grace in terms of, some kind of lack of something falling through for Trump or something will be, it's going to be something quick and dirty. It's going to be like, I do not want to be the bearer of bad news. If you have some wood, knock on it. But, something like the mouse in the sky, like the sky is all about like something fast happening, like a separation, a loss, something shitty. And the mouse is like anxiety, theft, loss. It could be death. So it could be like some kind of, knock on wood, terrorist attack or something that makes me go, oh shit, I really am not, this is really not painting me well. But he's going to go forward and say, you know what, it's all going to be fine. There was also something here that made me think of Congress. Oh, that's right. I think that maybe Trump is going to be trying to pass something that is sort of, something... something he didn't promise, something establishment, and the Republican majority will be like, no, that's not going to happen. So he's like, oh, screw it. And so that's sort of like a loss for him. And boom, right? That sort of sudden loss. Like, no, you're not going to have it. And so and his retreat will be, you know, trying to come off as hopeful or something. Oh boy, what a fun little reading, right? So for December, we so look out for any kind of appointment for someone health or environment related. Look out for any potential you know, dealings that Trump does. And for January, let's see if he's going to really, you know, turn an establishment chic. Let's see if he keeps his promises or if he's, you know, actually a sheep in wolf's clothing and he's going to be, you know, a sort of standard president. And for February, let's see what this shitty event is that indicates. Oh, that's right. This event indicates that this doesn't necessarily cause this. It could, but it could be that this is just indicating that he had a fall from grace. So maybe he'll lose his temper and do something shitty and try to come off nice in February. So that's the Trumpian reading for today. Please leave comments, give me a like, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought and any questions you might have, and I'll see you guys on the next reading. All right, take care.